questions left unanswered, no stone left unturned. But the story never brings me any peace. Maybe it's time to see the sun shining through the trees. Maybe it's time to see the view from down on my knees. Maybe it's time to use these gifts I'm given. Time to find what I've been missing. Oh, oh yeah, maybe it's time. So when the rain falls, maybe it's not a bad thing. 'Cause somewhere else the earth is cracked and dry, where life sits in hopeful prayer, always looking up, waiting for a miracle to fall down from the sky. Maybe it's time to see the sun shining through the trees. Maybe it's time to see the view from down on my knees. Maybe it's time to use these gifts I'm given. Time to find what I've been missing. Oh, oh yeah, maybe it's time. So I'm telling a new story, a sacred one of me. 'Cause there's no joy, but there's no mystery. Hey, yeah, maybe it's time to see the sun shining through the trees. Maybe it's time to see the view from down on my knees. Maybe it's time to use these gifts I'm given. Time to find what I've been missing. Oh, oh yeah, maybe it's time to see the sun shining through the trees. Maybe it's time to see the view from down on our knees. Maybe it's time to use
There are days that are simply not okay. You get out of bed, you're on your way. This is one of those. There are cheerleaders and those who'd pump you up with platitudes, words that don't mean much, not much at all. Oh my friend, I will meet you where you are. I won't throw flower petals on your wounded heart. If it's not okay, we won't pretend. But if it's not okay, it's not the end. Aren't you stronger than you ever used to be? At least that's the way it seems to me. If not to you, aren't you the one who's made it all this way? No matter what those voices in your head might say, it's up to you. Oh my friend, I will meet you where you are. I won't throw flower petals on your wounded heart. If it's not okay, we won't pretend. But if it's not okay, it's not the end. Oh, my friend, I will meet you where you are. I won't throw flower petals on your wounded heart. If it's not okay, we won't pretend. But if it's not okay, it's not the end. Looking through a broken glass, this too shall pass. There are times that are simply not okay. What you do with them, it's up to you to say. You get to say, oh, my friend, I will meet you where you are. I won't throw flower petals on your wounded heart. If it's not okay, we won't pretend. But if it's not okay, it's not the end.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living, coming to you live from the Inspiration Cafe right here in Paoli, Pennsylvania. I'm Maxine, Kaye, and it's my great joy to be the spiritual leader of this beloved congregation. So glad you chose to tune in with us today if you aren't sitting here with us. And thank you, those of you who are sitting here with us. Good morning. Nice to have live people. Not that the rest of you out there aren't live, because you are, but we just don't get to see you, even though you get to see us, and that's a good thing. So welcome wherever you may be in the world. We're just so happy that you chose to spend this hour or so with us today. And wherever you may be on your spiritual journey, you're welcome here. This is a place where things change. This is a place of transformation. It's a place of, I guess we could say, higher learning, because we lift our vision to something greater than what we may sometimes be perceiving in our lives. And we have these beautiful spiritual tools that were given to us by our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, and they are tools for personal and global transformation. That's what we are about. And in this loving community, we learn and we grow together. It's a wonderful thing to know that we can depend on each other in the happy times, in the challenging times. We are a community. And you're part of that community out there in the world just because you chose to join in and be with us today. Thank you. We are part of a larger worldwide organization called the Centers for Spiritual Living. And we have developed some mission statements, vision statements, which are powerful. They feel authentic. We continue to do our best to raise ourselves up to be able to employ them in our individual lives and ultimately for the greater benefit of the world. And so the one I'm going to ask you to share with me right now is, say it with me, if you choose to, what is our mission? Awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence. Its spiritual magnificence. What a wonderful phrase. What a wonderful feeling. What a wonderful remembrance that as wonderful as humanness is, and as wonderful as humanity is, the truth of every single sentient being is that we are spirit, pure spirit, manifest in this human form. So it's magnificent. So it's appropriate to celebrate it. How do we celebrate it? First of all, by awakening it within us. That is our vision, to awaken it within ourselves, and then have the joy of awakening others to their truth as well. This is not only a powerful philosophy, but it's filled with joy because we get to see the transformations. We get to see the difference we make. Change your thinking, change your life. We've heard many times that's where it begins. It begins in the mind and the heart. And then things change in the outer world. And we're delighted to be some of the people, some of the light workers who are affecting those changes. And we also have a mission that Centers for Spiritual Living produced. And it is that we are here to co-create a world that works for everyone. We also like to say we're here to create a world that works for all, not just the peeps. We want the people to wake up, and we want to share a wonderful, there it is, we want to share a wonderful opportunity to make the world a better place. And in doing so, we recognize that it's for the plants and the animals and the seas and the waters, the oceans and the air, the world itself. And here in the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living, we have created a purpose statement, and I would invite you to share it with me if you choose to. Are you ready? Living, loving, learning. Spirituality that works. And it does. And we utilize it all the time. Thank you for being with us out there. Thank you for being with us in here. And let's talk about one of the Declaration of Principles that Ernest Holmes wrote many years ago, probably close to 100 years ago now, when he was asked, what do you believe? And he calls this what we believe. So I'm taking the 6th principle today, which is, we believe the ultimate goal of life to be a complete emancipation from all discord of every nature, and that this goal is sure to be attained by all. Wow. That sounds like a lofty aim, doesn't it? Well, it is, and lofty is what we're about. We're always going higher into our consciousness and letting the principle lead us into greater possibilities. Can you imagine that this is possible? That all discord of every nature we would be free from. Well, I'll tell you what, until we can imagine it, we're not ever going to have it. So let's begin where we are. Wherever we are right now, we take the next step. We take the next pivot. And so this month, of course, is all about love. And it's about if only you could love enough. And I have no doubt in my mind that when the time comes, and it must, when all of humanity is loving enough to really claim their spirituality and their unity with that which brought us all into being to begin with, that ultimately all of that discord will be dissolved. In the meantime, let's use it. You know, these challenges can kick us upstairs, can't they? When we learn something from a problem, a challenge, it allows us to jump up to the next level if we're willing to listen and to move with love into a new direction. Now I think we better have a song about love, and Karen Drucker is one of our favorites, and so she's going to be singing There Is Only Love, and I invite you to sing it with her.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. when I lose myself, when it seems I've lost my way, when I go inside and quiet my mind, I can hear spirit gently say, there is only love, there is only love. It's love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. It's the love that heals, the love that sets me free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love. 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 There is only.
Oh, that is so lovely. Thank you, Karen. Hi, kids. Gather round. Time for me to talk with you. How you doing today? It's snowy here, isn't it? Cold, but sunny. Oh, my goodness. It's so beautiful. I love living here and seeing these gorgeous seasons. This snow has been quite remarkable, and I've enjoyed it. Okay. Don't you love birthdays? Yeah. Not only your own, but everybody else's, and especially if you get to go to the party, because you get to have a piece of cake and some ice cream, play some games and all that stuff. Well, I love birthdays, and I will tell you that my little boy is 67 years old today. Yep, I know that because I was there. I have seen him through so many things over these many years as a little kid and growing up and making me proud in so many ways. I have seen him turn things around, and like you do, because I've seen you turn things around too. And that's from dealing with challenges at school to his cycling career. And after focusing on his sport and training diligently, he did so well that he won his first race in Solvang, California, in a bicycle road race when he was 13 years old. And then he continued to race and win. He was both road and track, and was phenomenal, and wound up going to the nationals. He did very well. So, sometimes we have things that we really would love to do, but we don't feel that we can, that we don't feel perhaps we're up for or capable of, smart enough, strong enough, whatever. And we just go ahead and let love lead the way. If we love doing that, let's love lead the way to show us that indeed we can. and we turn it around from no, I can't to yes, I can. So think about something perhaps that you may have thought you couldn't do well. And then you changed your mind about it, remember? And when you did, maybe someone was encouraging you, someone who loves you was encouraging you, and then you decided indeed it was possible, and you did it. Well, I think when we love something enough, starting with the presence of God that is within us and around us always, that we can do just about anything. You can do just about anything. And you know why? Because you're not doing it by yourself. You're not doing it of yourself. I'm going to tell this thing about my son, my young son, my firstborn child, who's celebrating his birthday today. Some of you have already heard this. When he was 2, now you may not remember when you were 2, but you've probably seen some 2-year-olds, and that's when they decide that they don't need anybody's help, right? That they really become a little independent. Well, when he was 2, and I tried to help him on with his jacket or something like that, he would say, I can do it my myself. Now, there are times that we think we're doing things all by ourselves, and you know what, kids? We never are, because there is a loving, wise, powerful, peaceful, wonderful presence within us. It is the presence of God itself, and God is love, and it is that loving presence that does everything with us, through us, by means of us. So think about what you would love to do, and let that loving presence within you show you the way to do it. Have fun. Have a beautiful Sunday. Go build a snowman if you're up for it. Okay, good. Oh my gosh, it's time for announcements. Don't you love announcements? I love these announcements and the way that our wonderful people do them. So I'm going to turn this over to Payson Burt right now. Shall I bring you this microphone, Payson?
No, I have my own.
You have your own.
Yes,
See?
I do.
He can do it his by self.
Is it going through? I believe it is. Yeah, good. Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Payson Burt. I'm the Vice President of the Board of Trustees, and I'm here with today's announcements. Hi. And I should look there. Okay. How to use the Science of Mind Zoom workshop is being held by Reverend Mike. He continues to hold it every week. You can jump in anytime. It's a massive, long class, long form class, Saturday mornings from 9:45 to 11 a.m. You can jump in anytime you want. Also, we are holding our Nibbles and New Thought discussion gathering on the first Mondays of each month. Our next is on Monday, March 4th at 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. And now it's a little different. It's at TJ's restaurant in the Paoli Village Shops near the Paoli train station. So we were at another place. This is a new place. Make sure you put it on your maps. Also, our next full moon ceremony, led by Diane Wilson, will be held on Saturday, February 24th from 7 to 8 p.m. in Collegeville. Also, if you are interested in unveiling your hidden power, that's the name of the class, be sure to join Dr. Maxine for her new 12-week Zoom class. It's based on Emma Curtis Hopkins' Unveiling Your Hidden Power. So beginning on Tuesday, February 27th from 6:30 to 9 p.m. Now, here's a quiz. Where do we find that? www.cslphilly.org, right? Yes. So whenever you want to go someplace like that, you go to that website and find your way. I'll come back to that in a second. Dr. Cheryl Macklin will be holding an in-person 7-session grief group starting Wednesday, March 20th from 7 to 8:30 p.m. at the Inspiration Cafe right here. This group is open to anyone who would like to share a healing experience with others in relation to losses he or she has experienced. These can include the loss of a loved one or a beloved pet, an illness, the loss of a job, aging, and the loss of certain abilities, or divorce, like me bending my knees. This group is available in person only. So that's important. It's not a Zoom meeting. It's in person only. Please speak with Cheryl if you are wishing to sign up. Her contact information is on the March 20th calendar. We hold our in-person Sunday celebrations every other Sunday. So our next in-person will be Sunday, March 3rd. We would love to see you and request if you can join us in person, visit our website and complete the registration process. And here we go back to this. The quickest way to register is to look for the event on the pop-up. There's the pop-up. Oh, you can't see my cursor. Oh, well. Right there in the center, that orange thing. That's the pop-up screen, and you can maneuver your way, or if you want to get rid of that and just go to the regular website page, you can do that. Go to the events calendar and click on the event you're interested in, and it'll bring up all the information you need. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks so much for being here, and we'll see you in 2 weeks live, next week on Zoom. Thanks. Okay, now I got to maneuver. Hold on.
Payson. And as soon as that overlay goes away, we'll continue on. Payson, you always make it very delightful. Thank you so much. And now let's have a wonderful spiritual mind treatment and a little reading before that by our wonderful practitioner, Sarah Funk.
Thank you, Dr. Maxine. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. On this beautiful day. I want to read something first from Creative Mind, the first book that Ernest Holmes wrote, and he wrote it in 1918. The great man is the one who can keep in the crowd the calm, even thought, the deep divine reliance on principle. And more, this is the only way to help or to save the world. In time, all people will come to the same understanding. You are lifting up the standard of life, and those who are ready will follow. You have no responsibility to save the world except by exemplifying the truth. The world must save itself. And I will do this treatment in the first person. And please take it for yourself if you so desire. There is only one power, one source, one infinite divine intelligence that is everywhere present. And I know that this power, this presence, lives within me and expresses itself through me in the choices I make. And I make choices every day. Choosing what I want to wear, what I want to eat, all those little choices. And then there are the deeper choices. The choice to be love. When there is hate around, I choose love. When there is discord, I choose unity. When there is doubt, I choose faith. And I could go on and on with these things, only to know that in making my choices, I am recognizing that within me is that greatest truth, that I am that I am, one of the divine presence, always available, always, always choosing love, because love is what God is, and love is all there is. So I know this is the truth. I am deeply grateful that this is so. Deeply grateful for this center, for our ministers, for our participants, and all of you watching virtually. In deep gratitude and joy, I release this treatment into the law, knowing it is acted upon and done, and together we say, and so it is. And the affirmation is, seeing through all appearances to the contrary, I embrace and celebrate the power of love within all people everywhere.
Remember as a child you dreamed of flying to the sky. Now there's nothing stopping you but doubts inside your own mind. You know that you can be whatever you would like to be. Your time has finally come. The world is ready now to see you. Let your love unfold. Let your love unfold. It will change the world, starting with you. Let your love unfold. Let your love unfold. It will change the world, starting with you. Yes, you have the power to make anything so. Only you and God know where you are really meant to go. Rest assured that all your dreams are born to come true, if you just find your strength inside and let it shine on through. Let your love unfold. Let your love unfold. It will change the world, starting with you. Let your love unfold. Let your love unfold. It will change the world, starting with love for your own beauty and the beauty of the world. Love for the poor man, the rich man, for little boys and girls. Love for the birds singing, the sun bringing the spring. Love for the skies above, love for most everything. But do you love yourself as you know you should do? You are a child of God, no wall you can't break through. You've just got to believe that your great destiny awaits. All your wildest dreams will turn into your certain fate. So let your love unfold. Let your love unfold. It will change the world, starting with you. Let your love unfold. Let your love unfold. It will change the world, starting with you. Let your love unfold. Let your love unfold. It will change the world, starting with you. Let your love unfold. Let your love unfold. It will change the world. It will change the world. It will change the world, starting with you.
Love is the power that changes the world. And oh, dear, my friends, it does start with each of us. Let's join together in our meditation time, taking a deep, holy breath of spirit, which is the breath of love itself, the breath of life. And let that beautiful breath circulate through your body. It is the chi, the prana. Spirit breathes itself into us and circulates that breath throughout as we open our consciousness to it. And with every exhalation, we are sharing that life force, that divine love, with all around us, letting it move out and touch and bless and lift and heal. And so let the breath continue to circulate through our physical bodies, through our emotions, through our intellect, clarifying, harmonizing, bringing us into that place of clarity and open-heartedness. And now let the breath become a pathway to your heart and follow it into the center of your heart, where the love of God abides in fullness. And simply enter in and feel the welcoming embrace of Spirit. And here we rest, and here we appreciate something greater than we, and yet right where we are, the holy presence itself, loving, nurturing, healing, inspiring. There's nothing to do, nothing even to know. Simply let yourself be loved. Just let yourself be loved. Feel that warm embrace, the God bath, the complete immersion in divine love, where there is love and nothing else. Let it heal you. Let it reveal to you the strengths you may not have known you had. Let it flow through every fiber of your being, every corner of your consciousness, bringing a sense of balance, and peace, and power. Let this love have its way with you. Surrender to its presence, which heals and reveals, inspires, calms, motivates, and leads the way. Love leads the way. Now let this exquisite presence of love flow out from your beautiful heart, touching and blessing and illuminating through the love light everyone in your vicinity. Then let it move out further into your community. Let your love light shine. Let it transform, heal, nurture, bless, uplift. Let it continue to move out until this love joins with all the divine love within each sentient being and moves out into the world like a sweet sea of spirit. It begins within our own hearts and continues moving out, covering the world. And in a world that may seem at times like upset, let this loving presence within us that we are now sharing with the world become a sweet sea of tranquility an isle of serenity right here where we are. And in the sweetness of this silence, if there is something you wish to heal or to understand, bring that question now to the presence of the divine within your heart and listen deeply as the answers are revealed to you. And Spirit always says yes. Spirit always reveals what we have requested, whether right now or later. So let's give thanks for that. And let's give thanks for the love that is empowering us and revitalizing us and transforming the world. One kind, loving thought, feeling, and action at a time. All is well. All is well, truly, truly, all is well.
I clothe myself safely round with infinite love and wisdom. I clothe myself safely round with infinite love and wisdom. With love, with love, with infinite love and wisdom.
Lately I've found when I catch my own reflection, I'm surprised by a strange sensation. Let me try to describe it now. It's like somehow I've found I've been moving without a mission, navigating without a vision, misguided pilot till now. It's time to turn it around. Been driven by my regrets. If I let them just keep on driving, I bet it's a heavy load. I wanna know how it feels to grab the wheel and go. I'm gonna turn it around from the excuses that I've been making, all the detours that I've been taking are only slowing me down. I'm gonna turn it around, letting go of a million regrets. I ain't waving that white flag just yet. It's ready, set, go. And see in my rear view mirror, there's only open road. I'm gonna turn it around. Finally, I've got my mission. Finally, I found my vision, and nothing's gonna stop me now. Oh, when I find my higher ground, I'm gonna reach my new destination. I'm I'm gonna smile at my reflection, and I'm gonna shout it out loud. Oh, I turned it around. Damn right I turned it around. Ooh, I finally turned it around.
That was great. Daniel just sang my talk. You can all go home now. No, you can't. He did a U-turn, and that's what you and I can do. This whole month has been about love and its power and how that's all we need to make a difference in the world. And today's talk is turn it around. No, it's about a new direction, first of all, for our own personal lives. Can you see how you may wish to turn around some old habits? I think we all have a few we could turn in a different direction. You know, when I lived in Northern California for many years, I loved riding the cable cars in San Francisco. And I particularly loved going down to Market and Powell is where they turn the cable cars around, because they cannot go in reverse. They can only go forward, pretty much like life itself, right? And so I would love to watch them, and it took a lot of people to turn it around, and it took some time to do it before it could go back up the hill and make all of us happy as we jumped on and rode around on the cable cars. It was so much fun. But to watch that turnaround, I always saw as a beautiful metaphor for how sometimes it takes a little doing. It takes some very clear, conscious intention and some diligence to get it going in the right direction. So, how about a new vision for our world? Yes, we are all working on that, definitely. Do you think we truly can experience an emancipation from all discord of every nature? Okay, well, we begin with this mighty turnaround with each individual step. It's done in steps, in pivots, in conscious intention, like turning that cable car around. Yes, it is possible. And until we accept and embrace that idea that it is possible, it's going to be just more of the same old, same old. So what are we choosing? Okay. I love Francis and that first line of his wonderful prayer, Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. We are the planters of the seeds of love. It's always possible, always possible to bring forth a greater truth, no matter what the circumstances may look like in our own lives or in our communities or in the greater world itself. And it begins within our own personal lives and the beautiful spiritual work that we do to turn around and make those changes. And I learned years ago that Francis's prayer can be directed to our own subconscious mind. Now that's really empowering. I'm speaking to myself when I speak this prayer. I want whatever is unlovely within me to be transformed into love. I want to work within myself. How can I possibly make a difference in the world when I'm not yet turning around my own false convictions, erroneous beliefs, etc.? And that prayer is a beautiful one to work within me, and I love it. Emma Curtis Hopkins, and you've been hearing about her because her class starts in a very short amount of time, the 27th. So hurry up and sign up for it. Get your workbook and your book. There, that's my advertisement for the day. She loved a quote from the Bible, and she quoted from Luke 21:28 when she made another wonderful statement from this quote. It is, "And when things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh." Look up. She loved to use that phrase, and I do too. Look up. Notice the appearing problem. Don't pretend as though it's not happening. And then stand tall, both physically and in spirit. Stand tall and slowly begin to raise your vision. And one wonderful way to do this is to take this challenge, this problem, this upset, whatever it is, and put it down there on the floor and look at it. It doesn't feel good, does it? And you keep looking at it, but not much longer. Begin to stand tall in spirit as well as posture, and begin to raise your vision, maybe a couple of feet, and it feels a little lighter, and then raise it a little farther, and it feels lighter, until you're finally looking up to the very top. And there you begin to feel free, because you're looking up. Look to the mountains whence cometh my strength. Looking up, these beautiful metaphors. Okay, now what about the part, each part, brings this sense of lightness. And then finally, there is only good, and God is the good, and good is God. And there it is, because we've lifted our vision. We've made a U-turn. We've come up higher than where we began. And that's what we do in this wonderful spiritual work. And that reminds me of Emmett Fox's golden key. Remember that? Forget about the problem and think about God. Remembering that God is all there is, not some far-off entity that's making judgments and so forth, but a spirit of truth, a spirit of life, a spirit of love, a spirit of peace, a spirit of power. That's the truth that sets us free from the conditions that have no power of their own, except what we may continue erroneously to feed them. So let's not do that anymore. Then we think about the last part of this from Luke. It says, where it is. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. Now, you don't hear a lot about redemption in religious science of mind, do you? Well, let's look at the word, because it's wonderful. And it's not just getting a nickel back on the bottle, where you redeem it for whatever. But it does have that meaning. Redemption does mean to exchange something for something else. Something better, of course. And in this case, it is definitely exchanging the false belief in the condition or the appearance to the something better, which is the truth that God is all there is. And as we refocus our attention, as we change our direction of our thinking and we turn it around, things begin to change. Another synonym for redemption is forgiveness. Giving something for something else, something greater. Another synonym is restoration. I wish to be restored to my original wholeness, to the unimpeachable wholeness of the universe, which is our divine birthright. Another synonym for redemption is regeneration. There's this wonderful sense of the underlying harmony of this universe that is within all of us as well, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And we are constantly being reborn when we open ourselves to that experience of rebirth. And rebirth is another synonym for this wonderful word, redemption. And you know what my favorite synonym for redemption is? Grace. Grace. Let grace lift you out of it. We don't have to struggle hard to get out of these things. We simply need to look up and to feel the empowering presence of God's grace. When we turn our attention to the divine, we are instantly lifted. And that's exactly what we're talking about today. So, an authentic change in consciousness is all that is needed. And the human race is continuously moving into a greater awareness of consciousness. And we continue to leave old limiting ideas and embrace newer ones. That's what we do. That's called spiritual evolution. And we're all in the process together. We have different ways of moving along. We walk along the path. We dance along the path. Sometimes we resist and we get off the path and we get back on again. And we honor everybody's place on the path of spiritual evolutionary process. Here's a sample of things we used to believe that we no longer do. This is the month of February. It is also the month where we have an extra day that happens every 4 years. It's called leap year, right? Well, remember in the olden days, last century, it was so last century, maybe even before, where it was okay then for a woman to ask a man to a dance. It wasn't okay before that. Well, it always was, but somehow we had a belief that it wasn't. Well, turnabout is fair play. And it didn't used to be ladylike to invite a man anywhere. Now, how silly to think. Those were our old ways. And so, guys, you can relax now on February 29th because no one is probably going to ask you to marry them. And you can probably relax the rest of the year too, because who knows? Maybe you'd like it if they did. It's different. So let's keep up with our spiritual progression. That's just one silly example of how we change our ideas about things and we turn it around. When we are willing instruments through which Spirit desires to express love and wisdom, we are regenerated. We are reborn. Something new takes place. We are filled with the power and the presence that leads us into success in any area to which we turn our hand and our heart and our attention. So let's read the entire prayer of St. Francis now. And as I do, let it be spoken to your own subconscious mind. Let the turnaround begin to take place within. Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. O divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned. And it is in dying to self that we are born to eternal life. We don't give up the self. We don't try to do away with the ego. This is important. As we progress and mature throughout our lives, we want a good, strong ego that knows how to deal with the life experiences that we have. But then the time comes when that ego must allow Spirit to flow through it. We want the ego to be translucent so that the light of the Christ can move through, and use it for good. Use it for good. Just as Jesus told his disciples, remember on Palm Sunday, which is coming up toward the end of March, he told the disciples to go get that burro over there, and that if they asked why, so just say the Lord has need of it. Well, the presence of the divine within us has need of that nature that has developed within us, the human nature, which we sometimes refer to as the ego, has need of it, must use it for good. So we give thanks for all the parts of us. We give thanks for the divinity that is the truth of our being. We give thanks for the human instrument through which that divinity can express. So start where you are. Bloom where you're planted is what they tell us. We want to rise up from these kingdoms of consciousness. Now, many of you know about these kingdoms of consciousness. I'm going to do a very brief recap. Kingdom 1 is where everything is done to us or for us, and it relates to infanthood, where we are helpless. We must have things done for us, and things are done to us. And it also relates to the whole human race when we were in that consciousness. Go back to the caveman days where we needed to have a leader, right, in order to let us know when the saber-toothed tigers were coming and how to find the caves and get warm and so forth. So it's both on the personal level and it's on the universal level that we start out in Kingdom 1. We are kind of helpless. But then we move into Kingdom 2. And in Kingdom 2 consciousness is where we feel as though we have to do everything all our by selves, right? That's the place where the 2-year-old says what I told you my son used to say when he was 2. And it's important. We have to develop that ego strength. We have to say, no, I don't need a leader. There's something within me that is leading me forward, and I honor that, and let me do my thing because I can. Then we must move into the Kingdom 3 consciousness, which is the kingdom of where we are cooperating with others. We recognize that we share a loving presence and a power within us to work together. And in this the first consciousness, everything is done for us or to us. The second, everything is done by us. And the third, everything is done through us. You see, this is where we have offered up the ego to spirit, and it's where we recognize the unity of consciousness. Not only we are all one of that divine presence, but that all people are part of that, and we are one with them as well. And then ultimately, we move into Kingdom 4, which is the kingdom of all consciousness. There's nothing more to even talk about at that point. We touch into that kingdom. I haven't yet met anybody who lives there all the time. Pretty close, but not all the time. And we move through the kingdoms as our beloved Marcia Sutton and Lloyd Strom taught us. We move through the kingdoms like a blob. We ask ourselves sometimes throughout the day, which kingdom am I in? And if I notice that I'm feeling something's been done to me, I realize I'm in Kingdom 1 and I want to move up to Kingdom 2 and right into Kingdom 3 at least as soon as possible. Let's ask ourselves once in a while, am I feeling as though I have to do it all by myself? Or am I feeling as though I am one with an incredible power that loves me, and that I am one with all people, and that together we're making a difference? Just a gentle request is a good thing from time to time. And we rise up. We're always rising up. And we do that by turning it around, turning our false beliefs around into greater truth. So look up. Look up. Let that be your phrase today. Look up and keep looking up to Source. Not that it's far away, it is not. But I need to lift my vision up from any condition that I believe to be real. And I look up to Source. And then let love lift us. Let it lift us to transcend the condition. Because that condition of itself has no power. I need to turn my attention away from it. I need to drive in another direction. I want to choose a more creative, compassionate, caring direction. We're all of us, journeying along a sacred path. Let's do it together. Well, as a matter of fact, we are doing it together, and I'm deeply grateful for that. Will you say with me, I return to spirit. Love points me in the right direction. I look up and find my good. I am an instrument of transformation. And so, my beloveds, we have turned it around, and this is just the beginning of our lesson. Thank you, beloved ones. It's just wonderful to be with you and to know that we are making a difference. So let's make a difference as we share our prosperity celebration. It's always a great joy to me, as you know, to share my good with this center. I do so because it is very close to the source of my spiritual food, and I am grateful for that. I like to return a portion of what is constantly flowing to me. And you may give in any way you wish, and we're so grateful to any way that you choose to support our beloved center. And now, will you join me in sharing our prosperity affirmation? I choose to celebrate prosperity. Divine love blesses my gift. It is my acceptance of God as the source of my abundant supply. With joy and gratitude, I share my abundance with this center. In doing so, I am one with the law of circulation. My tithe goes forth to heal, to prosper, and to bless. It returns to me multiplied abundantly, and I am prospered, and so it is.
It's getting better every minute, getting better every day. It's getting better every minute, it's getting better every day. I know a man, he's got more troubles than you do. Lives his life mouth to hand, like an Indian guru, and he never complains, and he never looks back. And when he talks about tomorrow, it's a matter of fact. He says, it's getting better every minute, getting better every day. It's getting better every minute, getting better every day. Yeah, I read the news, and I watch the TV, and it gives me the blues, and sometimes heebie-jeebies. But there's a channel of peace being sent from above, bringing us this message on the wings of a dove. And it says, it's getting better every minute, getting better every day. It's getting better every minute, it's getting better every day. It's getting better every minute, getting better every day. It's getting better every minute, it's getting better every day. Yes, ma'am. If we're wise, we surely know what we feel will always grow. So I walk through my life and do my best to be cheerful, 'cause I know it's a choice, and it's better than fearful. So when my friends smile and say, better in a positive way. I say I'm getting better every minute, getting better every day. I'm getting better every minute, getting better every day. I'm getting better every minute, getting better every day. Getting better every minute, getting better every day. Yeah, I'm getting better every minute, getting better every day. Getting better every minute, getting better every day. Getting better every minute, getting better every day. Getting better every minute, it's getting better every day.
Thanks for being with us today. We are so grateful for your company. Keep on coming. We love it. Let's know as we go forth that we are indeed filled with the presence of the divine, that it empowers us to turn around anything we choose to change. For the power within us is the power of love, and so it is.
I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my joy over the mountains. I send my joy over the sea. I send my joy into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my power over the mountains. I send my power over the sea. I send my power into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send peace over the mountains. I send peace over the sea. I send peace into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my passion over the mountains. I send my passion over the sea. I send my passion into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me, and it